Good afternoon. My name is Chief Rick Oliva. That's R-I-C-K-O-L-I-V as in Victor, A. Adam. I have a very short statement to make today because of the investigation is ongoing. On today's date at approximately 10:15 a.m., one of our officers observed who we believe to be Timothy Olson pushing a bicycle in a 7,000 block of South 35th Street in the city of Franklin. As officers approached Olson, he fled into a nearby condominium complex. Officers pursued, and after a brief struggle where Olson had to be tased, he was taken into custody. Now, Olson, as you're aware, is wanted by several jurisdictions for several different incidents that have been previously reported on. In addition, Olson is a suspect in a kidnapping and an identity theft that occurred in Franklin on a 79-year-old woman on November 23rd. In addition, at the scene, we determined that Olson is involved in at least 2 burglaries in the city that occurred just prior to his arrest. Olson complained of shortness of breath, so he was conveyed to a nearby hospital where he was treated and released. He is presently in our lockup facility being interviewed by detectives from Franklin, Racine, and South Milwaukee. And we'll provide any more information as we get it and as we're able to do.
On Wednesday night, was that woman drugged, or what exactly was the incident there?
The woman was having drinks at a local restaurant bar. She was approached by Olson, who offered her a drink. She declined. She ultimately left, and he approached her in the parking lot with the threat of a gun, forced her into her own car, and held her for a number of hours.
Chief, what was the nature of the identity theft situation you mentioned? Was he forcing her into a car as well? What happened there?
Well, he took, among other things, one of her credit cards and withdrew cash.
How did he gain access to that?
Well, that's all under investigation at this time.
Chief, what can you tell us about charges? I know there's a lot of jurisdictions here and a lot of different incidents. What do we know about what's coming?
Like I said, as of today, right now, our charges are going to be kidnapping, identity theft, and burglary. And I'll leave it up to the other jurisdictions to comment on what they have. Again, these are active investigations. There's a lot of evidence to be processed, and it's really up to those jurisdictions to decide what they have and what they intend to charge.
What bar did he interact with that woman on November 23rd?
I'm sorry, was that?
What bar was he at when he interacted
I
with
won't
that
mention
woman?
it at this time.
Was that the woman in her 70s? Is that
79-year-old woman.
Did he drive her around?
Yes, he did.
to ATMs?
Well, at least one, but again, this is all under investigation.
Can you talk about the work that was put in to catch this guy? And you must be glad that he's off the street now.
Well, absolutely, we're glad he's off the street, and we put a tremendous amount of effort in locating him. He had been cited in Franklin in the past few days. As early as last night, he was observed entering one of our establishments, but we weren't able to locate him. So we knew he was in the area, and today we made an all-out effort to search the city, and fortunately, one of our officers was very observant and saw him.
When you said that you made an all-out effort, are you putting an all call out to all bars in the area? How do you communicate that with the local establishments here?
Yeah, we started by just going to bar to bar, restaurant to restaurant, and advising them. Of course, most people are aware of him and knew what he looked like from news accounts. We also put it on our Facebook page, and we distributed information through our business email tree.
We know where he lives now, and, you know, the 55-year-old woman who died in South Milwaukee, she froze for a bit, he said, oh, I'm gonna get an inhaler for her, and he ran away. Are you searching where he lives to see if there's, you know, anything where he put things in women's drinks?
Well, we are looking to see where he has been residing, because that's unclear at this point.
So do you know the connection to Franklin for him?
No,
Do you think he was homeless, or do you think that he's just not saying where he is?
we don't know at this time.
Is he cooperating with you guys, talking?
He's given a statement at this time.
How's the Franklin woman doing?
She's doing fine. She was very shook up, to say the least. She was very relieved to hear that we took him into custody.
For the incident, or the spotting last night, we were talking to the worker over there, and the guy
That's under investigation at this time.
Did he call you guys at all?
Did Olson call us?
Yeah, from that phone?
I won't comment on that at this time.
Any indication why he was still in the area? It's been all over social media, the bars are looking for him, everyone seems to be looking for him, but he's still staying in the area.
Good question. We're interested in finding that out too, but we don't have an answer to that.
Can you tell me, like, what his attitude is now? You know, is he telling you what his motive was in all of this? What is he telling you? Is he cooperating with you?
All I'll say is given a statement to detectives at this time. That's all I can say at this time.
Message to the public. A lot of people are interested in this case and we're concerned. What do you want the public to know tonight?
Obviously, you have to be very careful on who you meet, especially on dating apps, and just be extra cautious. Maybe on a first date, go with a friend, and just be very careful who you leave an establishment with and what you're drinking.
So what charges could he face?
Franklin Police Department will be pursuing charges of kidnapping, identity theft, and burglary at this time.
And do you know what the other jurisdictions are doing?
No.
Chief, has he confessed, and what has he confessed to?
As I said, he's given a statement to detectives at this time, and I don't have actually all the answers on what he's telling them at this
I
time.
mean, the woman in her 70s, what a terrifying time for her. Was he aggressive to her? Was she injured? What did he say to her?
Well, I won't get into all that. It all goes toward the evidence of what occurred, and so I will leave that to a later time.
What's next? I mean, when will we see him go through intake court, or when will we see these charges officially filed?
Yeah, we'll be bringing him in front of the district attorney in the next day or two, depending on, again, how long this current investigation goes. And then, of course, the other jurisdictions will need to proceed on their potential charges, and it's hard to tell how long. I would imagine it may take a bit, because I know there's a lot of physical evidence that the other jurisdictions have to process, and that may take some time.
So the woman who passed away in South Milwaukee, in Milwaukee County, what happened here, the attempted kidnapping here, why is he in Racine right now, in custody in Racine?
I don't know who got that information or where it came from, but he's not in custody in Racine. He is custody in the Franklin Police Department.
Okay.
Chief, are you content with how the search went? It's hard to find somebody who doesn't want to be found. It's been a couple of weeks. What are you taking from this search for next time?
There's not much to take. I mean, sometimes it's hard to find people. I mean, it can be elusive, and just sometimes it takes time, maybe it takes a little luck, but it's just not as easy seeing someone's picture and going out down the block and finding them. You know, these people are in and out of buildings, homes, so, you know, just have to do your best searching, and hopefully someone comes forward, or an officer is observant enough to find the person, which happened today.
From here, because I have heard Illinois connections, do you know about his Illinois connections?
He's got relatives in this general area.
Do you know about his friends in Illinois?
We are aware of incidents that he's involved in across the southeast area, including Illinois.
Would you say this was luck that an officer spotted him, or was it all the work that you guys put in?
No, I mean, every bit of police work, I guess, has an element of luck, but I wouldn't call this luck. I would call this very good, observant police work.
Do you think there are other victims out there?
We don't know. We'd like to know. I think it's likely that there's other victims, maybe some that are maybe embarrassed to come forward. Hopefully that he's in custody now, that if there are victims, that they're more likely to call their local departments and report that. Hopefully that would be the case. There's no doubt that this person would continue to do what he did until caught.
Have you been working with the dating site that he was on to see if there were any victims, or how to find him?
Again, I won't get into all the investigative areas and leads that we pursued at this time. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.